David's a member of the PCS, a union that's going to spend the next 6 weeks balloting. So do you want to say something about the position of your union, David?
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, last week that our NEC announced there would be a strike ballot. We knew it was coming. We didn't know exactly when, but it was announced last week that it's going to take place between the 26th of September and the 7th of November, and it's over on 4 issues. On pay, obviously, our pay has been capped below inflation for over a decade now. On the issue of pensions, because the pension scheme was revalorised a couple of years ago, and it was discovered that members were paying 2% extra in contributions over and above the benefits they got from the scheme. So the government should have reduced the pensioners' contributions then back in 2019, and they didn't, and we've been overpaying since. So it's on pay pensions redundancy scheme. They're looking to cut the redundancy scheme in advance of making 91,000 job cuts across the civil service over the next 5 years, which is about a fifth of the civil service. So it's quite a hatchet job. So it's on those 4 issues: pay, pensions, redundancy scheme, and job cuts. The ballots civil service wide, and it's going to be a disaggregated ballot where the votes of each individual civil service department will be counted separately and deemed legally as separate ballots. There's a reason for that. Well, a few reasons actually. The last 2 national pay ballots under the Tories' new anti-trade union laws, where you need at least a 50% turnout. We didn't manage the 50% turnout. We got a massive yes vote. But in the first ballot in 2018, we got about 42%. We balloted again the following year in 2019, and that went up to 48%. There was going to be a third ballot, 2019, 2020, that didn't actually happen in the end because of general election and COVID. And it was going to be an aggregated one aggregated ballot across the whole of our public sector members. But the feeling was that with one final push and refined methods of contacting members and encouraging them to vote, we could get over the line. But there's a few things that have happened since then. Obviously, COVID, and the situation at the moment is that there's a proportion of our members are working from home at any given day of the week, so it's going to make it harder to contact them and have the chats, the face-to-face chats to encourage them to vote. And also, we couldn't take the risk of balloting on an all or nothing basis with an aggregated ballot, particularly when so many workers across other industries are going out on strike. It would be pretty tragic if PCS members were left on the sidelines. So it's going to be a disaggregated ballot over that 6-7 week period from the end of September to the beginning of November. Within our union, the left is in control. At this year's NEC elections, the left unity grouping won quite convincingly all the seats on the NEC apart from 2. However, that's not to say that there are sections within the union that essentially, although they may not see themselves as on the right, people on the right control. And I did hear a disturbing story about my own group, the EFRA group, which covers DEFRA and its arm's length bodies, that a couple of the key officers were trying to take our DEFRA group out of the national ballot. Basically, run alongside the ballot. There's pay negotiations going on in each department, pay is delegated to individual departments, and one of the things that the employer is trying to do is trying to bring in multi-year deals where they say you can have a few more crumbs from the table over and above the government's 3% maximum that they're allowing departments to pay. You can have a little bit more extra if you're willing to trade in terms and conditions. And basically, some of the members on our group executive committee believe that they can sell a pay deal where we trade in some of our terms and conditions and can get member support for that. So they try to take the EFRA group out of the national ballot Luckily, with the left being in control of the National Executive Committee, the National Disputes Committee thwarted that attempt. So the EFRA group remains in the national ballot, and just learning that means there's a battle for those of us on the left within the EFRA group to make sure that we don't accept some crap pay deal where we're selling our terms and conditions. So there's a battle there to be fought. There'll be no question that there'll be a massive yes vote. It's just the turnout. We had a consultative ballot early on this year, and our pay claim is for 10% pay rise, cost of living pay rise, underpinned by a £15 an hour living wage. When we had the consultative ballot early on in the year, 97% of members voted to back the pay claim. Over 80% said they would take action in support of the pay claim.
Okay, thanks very much, Dave. That was good. Before I ask Louise Atkinson to speak, can I just mention that Dave's got a very good article on the website which covers those issues, and I would advise comrades to go to the website and read Dave's article, which goes into those issues very well.